If you go to Rotten Tomatoes and see the score of The Acolyte, you'll be greeted by a critic score of 80%, followed by an audience score of 17%. If you go to any Star Wars official Instagram post about The Acolyte, you'll find multiple comments saying to cancel the show and that it's the worst piece of Star Wars media ever created. I didn't love the show, but I certainly didn't hate it. It showed lots of stuff that little kid me would have been going crazy over. So in today's video, I'm going to be bringing up points about why The Acolyte is a good show, and reasons why the little kid me would have absolutely loved this show and gone ballistic for it. So, spoiler warning ahead if you haven't seen The Acolyte. First thing I'd like to praise is the performance of Canadian actor Manny Jacinto for his performance as Quamir, otherwise known as the Sith, the Stranger. He did all of his own stunts and delivered quite the performance. He was the antagonist of the show and he was very intimidating, but it was also cool because you were able to sympathize for him in ways that we haven't seen in much other Star Wars villains before. But my big credit to Manny Jacinto goes to his stunt performance and the rest of the stunt crew for the show in general. The Acolyte delivered some of the best choreography we've seen in Star Wars since the prequel trilogy. They'd be doing a whole bunch of cool stuff with their tricks in that show with a whole bunch of cool lightsaber spins, and we just have not seen that at all, especially in stuff like the sequel trilogy and some of the more recent Disney Plus shows. So I really appreciate the Acolyte going all in on the choreography and giving us some of the best choreography we've seen in Star Wars outside of the prequels. I strongly enjoyed Lee Jung Jae's performance as Master Soul in The Acolyte. I really began to love the actor over in Squid Game, and he was the main character there. And when I found out he was going to be in Star Wars, I was just super pumped up for that. I was a little bummed though with the way they wrapped off his character, though. He just sort of got force choked and died, and then everything that happened in the season was blamed on him. So I thought that was pretty stupid because Master Soul was just such a nice dude. He just wanted to train Asha and have his own Padawan. Like, what's so bad about that? And he was just seemed so like wholesome and like happy when he met Asha and May, and he just seemed really, really nice. And I was so bummed when he died in that finale. It sort of sucked. But another character I was quite bummed about when they died was Jecki, because Jecki was so cool for just a young little Jedi Padawan. She came, and throughout the first 4 episodes, she was just this nice, sweet young girl, and she was being nice to Asha while all the other Jedi were just being mean, thinking that she committed all these crimes. And when she died, it was sort of like, oh damn, I sort of enjoyed her. And when she was duking it out with Quamir with the 2 lightsabers, that was dope. We haven't really seen much 2 lightsabers battling in live action aside from Anakin fighting Count Dooku in Attack of the Clones, so I really enjoyed seeing Jecki just going at it with Quamir like that, and I really wish she didn't have to die. That was a bit of a bummer. Another cool character that the show hyped up a lot in a lot of the advertising was Wookiee Jedi Master Kelnaka. He showed up, seemed very wholesome. I'm like, awesome. And he's played by the guy who plays Chewbacca in the sequel trilogy. I don't know if anyone knew that, but I was just so hyped when I found out that the guy who played Chewbacca was playing Kelnaka, because I'm like, good, he knows how to play a Wookiee. This is going to be awesome. And then Kelnaka dies in the first episode we see him. I was like, what? But luckily we got some flashback scenes, and we got a pretty badass Wookiee fight. If you want to talk about anything great from this show, it was that scene there. We got to see a Wookiee Jedi fighting 2 regular Jedi, and it was like, holy shit, Wookiees they're powerful. They're good. Like, they can just toss people around like it's nothing. So that was an incredible episode. But the best episodes of the series, in my opinion, were episodes 4 and 5, Day and Night. I think that's when the show kind of peaked, because episode 4, Day, was sort of just okay. It was doing like this big build up. I kept saying to my mom, who I watched the show with, saying, yo, Quamir, he's going to be the Sith Lord. Just watch. And then he ended up being the Sith Lord. And that cliffhanger at the end of episode 4, I remember just punching the air because I'm like, I want to see this Sith just take on all 10 of these Jedis. And you know what? Episode 5 delivered. Episode 5 Night is one of the best Star Wars content we've ever gotten in a Star Wars show. I loved it so much. It was a Sith duking it out with 10 Jedi basically, and only one Jedi walked out alive. That was exactly what I wanted in the episode. After that first force push in episode 4, I thought they're done for. This man is about to go in there and just start cooking all of them, and what do you know? He did that. So it was pretty awesome when that happened, and I just that was the peak of the series. I feel episode 5, episode 4 to the cliffhanger to episode 5 with it being called Day and Night. That was just awesome right there, and I really think that's when the series hit its peak in episode 5. I think a lot of people would probably agree on that. That's probably a very cold take, but I agree on that. And another thing I wanted to talk about is season 2. Season 2 is just so interesting because I don't think we're going to get a season 2. At least I don't know. I want them to do a season 2, but it just doesn't make sense for them to do a season 2 because the show got 17% on Rotten Tomatoes. If you go into the comment section on any Instagram post, any Twitter or Facebook, you name it, you're going to see nothing but hate to the show. I think it would be a little dumb for them to do a season 2 for the sole fact that I don't think much people would watch it. I would love a season 2 though. And you know why? They showed Darth Plagueis in this. The first ever appearance of Darth Plagueis in any TV show or movie, that is. And we actually got to see him. Just a little crack of his face as he popped around the corner, but we got to see him. And that was just incredible to me. I really loved getting to see Darth Plagueis, and they ended it. They ended it in the way of all ways with Yoda. The big problem, though, with Yoda showing up there is Yoda wouldn't be old enough, in theory, if they wanted to do it. Like, Yoda wouldn't be that age where he has gray hair. Like, I was expecting maybe we would see a Yoda around the age of Grogu, just from the time that they said the show takes place, but I was wrong about that. So I guess that sort of breaks the canon, along with Kid Arimundi just appearing in the background of one of the episodes. That kind of breaks the canon too. And yeah, so I was really excited to see Yoda, and I would love to see him in a season 2, but I'm like, just age wise, would Yoda be that old all that time ago still? Like, I thought like he wouldn't have gray hair or something, and I thought, you know what, it would be cool to see a younger Yoda, but hey, we're still seeing Grandmaster old Yoda. I'm okay with that. So if we get a season 2, I need that because I want to see Yoda. Yoda is my second favorite Star Wars character, and I would just love to see him. The only character Yoda is behind is the big dog over here. Anyways, guys, that is the end of the video. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. It was me defending Acolyte and just all the stuff I really liked about the show, and I really hope that we get a season 2 just for the fact that I didn't hate the show. But as I said earlier in the video, I think it would kind of be dumb for them to do a season 2 just for the fact that, you know, so much people hated it. But that's just me. I really hope we get a season 2, but if we don't, it is what it is. We got a decent first season, in my opinion. In many other people's opinions, this is the worst show out there, but I don't think it's the worst show. I think that's Book of Boba Fett. But that's a video for another time.